Floyd. Third shot at the 18th.
Ask 150 of the world's best golfers the world's toughest course, and 75% will answer Carnoustie. Well, 150 of the world's best golfers came to the British Open, and the Open was at Carnoustie.
Another driver. Another driver. Another one? Yeah. This is one of the best ones.
Carnoustie is long, bleak and flat, open to the elements, with notorious features. Like the blind shot over the Spectacles bunkers at the 14th. And the waters of the Barry Bun, threading their insidious way through the finish.
Okay. Back again.
But what really gives Carnoustie its reputation is the wind. And when the Open began, there was no wind.
I sort of expected to be blowing 100 miles an hour today and out of the west.
It was a puny 10 miles an hour and out of the east. To the men of Carnoustie, who take delight in seeing their municipal links bring champions to their knees, it was an embarrassment.
John Mahaffey, runner-up in the American Open.
And for the first 2 days, those champions and some of the non-champions made nonsense of the par of 72. Graham Marsh of Australia, 67. Scotland's own Bernard Gallagher, 67. Bobby Cole from South Africa, 66. Those first 2 days seem easy to summarize. On the one hand, despite the uncanny calm, there were some notable failures. Gary Player, the defending champion. Tom Weiskopf, champion the year before him. And Lee Trevino, champion the 2 years before Weiskopf. These three played first rounds over par and never really recovered. And on the other hand, there were the successful, and chauvinism ran riot. Peter Oosterhuis, the Englishman, led on the first day, and a Scot led after the second, David Hush.
Come on, come on, come on!
Virtually unknown internationally, here not by invitation, but by the grace of a playoff and a qualifying event. So a Scot out in front, Oosterhuis and another Scot, Bernard Gallagher, still in contention, and some of the world's greatest within 4 strokes of the lead. The stage is set for an historic championship as we enter the 3rd day. This, you could say, is where the championship really began, though yet again the wind scarcely blows.
And already out on the course, some of those just about on the fringe of contention. This is the short 8th, and Bob Shearer of Australia. Shearer's 4 under par. Has he picked the right club? Oh, he has, virtually stone dead, just 18 inches away. Neil Coles, Shearer's playing partner, 5 under par, and a chance here for a birdie. That's a beautiful 2 for Coles, so he moves to 6 under on his way to a 67. The 18th, and this is Alan Tapey ahead of Coles, and he's having a great round. In the hole for a 67 and a 3-round total of 209, 7 under par for Alan Tapey. And now out on the course, the leaders. At the 2nd hole, a par 4, 464 yards, Johnny Miller. Equal 11th overnight, now only 4 strokes behind. Oh, it's a marvellous shot. He's already birdied the 1st hole, so are we in for a great charge from Miller? Here he is, putting for a birdie 3. Now, Miller ominously 6 under par. And indeed, destined over the next few holes to go 9 under par. And And at the long sixth, also 9 under par, Tom Watson at this fine par 5. How about that for 2 shots? This hole measures 524 yards. Can he get an eagle? So no eagle, but a birdie, and suddenly Watson goes to 10 under par and is now in the lead.
But that lead keeps on changing. First Watson, then Miller, then Jack Newton from Australia, and Bobby Cole, the South African, always there or thereabouts. And then a 3-way tie. Miller, Newton, Cole, as the great Miller comes to the last hole of this 3rd round.
Perfect. Oh, it's a beauty.
Safely on the fairway. Now his 2nd shot. Miller 10 under par, shares the lead now with Newton and Cole, and that's a beautiful looking shot. Outside chance of a birdie. Now Miller with this putt for a 65, which would equal the lowest round in the championship proper. So that's a par 4 at the 54th hole. And Miller with a 3rd round of 66, fine round, sets the pace with 10 under par for the tournament. He shares the lead with Bobby Cole of South Africa and Jack Newton of Australia, who's now playing the 17th with his playing partner, Jack Nicklaus. And Nicklaus is 8 under. Jack's picked up 4 strokes on par today. Only 2 strokes behind the leader, but that's short. This 17th very deceptive at Carnoustie, 454 yards, a stiff par 4. This is Jack Newton, 2nd shot. Oh, nice, friendly bounce. So the position, Nicklaus on his way to a par 4. Newton, the joint leader, is about to play 3. Good putter, Jack Newton. And that's 11 under par.
Newton is destined to finish 11 under with a 3rd round of 65. Equal to the best ever score in the Open, and further humiliation for Carnoustie. But the scoreboards continue to permutate the names at the top. And just below the top, more illustrious figures challenge the leaders.
And here are 2. Hale Irwin, the 1974 United States Open champion, and young John Mahaffey, the runner-up in this year's American Open. Irwin's playing his 2nd shot to the 18th. 7 under par. Absolutely stone dead, 8 under par. And behind him at the 17th, Andreas Oosthuizen from South Africa. Shot of over 200 yards, 210 yards or so.
Sit down. Beauty. Hey.
Is this going in the hole? Oh!
Very near the end of this 3rd day, with 1 pair still to come in, that becomes the position. Newton in the clubhouse, tying for the lead with Bobby Cole, and Cole now coming up the 18th.
He needs a 3 here to overtake Newton. Just 1 round to go. Putt for a birdie. So Bobby Cole, who won the British Amateur Championship on this course, was it really 9 years ago? But this man, who was the overnight leader, his partner David Hush, falling away a bit today, needs this for a 75. So that'll be a 76 for David. But he's had great moments of glory, and when you can think that he combines being a club professional at North Berwick with some tournament golf, he should indeed, and all his friends, be proud of him. But now Bobby Cole, the end of the 3rd round for him. This to lead the tournament. What a magnificent 66, 12 under par. 1 shot ahead, 1 round to go.
Newton from Australia, Miller and Watson from the States, Oosthuizen from South Africa, Neil Coles, Nicholas, Mahaffey, Irwin, almost the entire cast of international golf stacked against Bobby Cole.
I wish they all dropped dead.
You're probably thinking the same thing.
How'd you like to be in that position? You got Nicholas, Miller, Irwin, all fighting at your heels.
Watson. Irwin isn't doing it.
Watson, all of them.
At last. This is not by Carnoustie standards a gale, nothing like it. But it blows. It blows out of the west, and it may yet salvage Carnoustie's honour. And who now will win? Men 5, 6 shots back find new hope for themselves, and respect, if not fear, for others. John Mahaffey.
With a few of us playing Carnoustie for the first time, I think Jack Nicklaus has got a great chance because he's seen Carnoustie when it's played in this type of wind, and I just look for Jack to make a great charge today. He or maybe Johnny Miller.
Miller's 2nd shot, 2nd hole.
Bernard Gallagher.
I fully expect Nicholas to go well, and Miller.
Peter Oosterhuis.
I think you've got to go with Miller on Nicholas, though, even though Nicholas is 4 behind the leader. Very difficult. It's wide open.
But what about the leader, Bobby Cole? What about the 2nd placer, Jack Newton? Neil Coles.
If they get in the position, possibly, you know, but it's getting into those last 3 holes in the position, you know, with a couple of shots to spare. I think that's the difficult bit.
I think if it amounts to a Cole-Newton confrontation over the last few holes, I would probably put my money on Newton because he's such a good man-to-man player.
Bobby played very well in the last tournament he played in the United States. I certainly wouldn't say that he could not win. He's got all the shots. He's just got to convince himself he can win, and he's got a good chance.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, it's an incredible 3 at the 5th for Bobby Cole. Disputing the lead now with Jack Newton.
But generally, yesterday's birdies are today's bogeys. Yesterday, they were reaching the turn in 31, 33, 34. Today, among the leaders, only one man, Tom Watson, achieves the par of 35. For those a few shots back, steadiness is not enough. Dropping shots is fatal. Oosterhuis, 37. Graham Marsh of Australia, 38. Oosthuizen, 39. Mahaffey, 40. Lou Graham, the American Open champion, who has never beaten par on any day, is on his way to a 76. And at the top, it continues to be tough.
Jack Newton. Oh, super recovery shot. Newton destined to take over the lead.
It's 4 o'clock on the 4th day of the British Open. And for those even 2 or 3 shots back, time is running out. Even for the great Nicholas.
Nicholas dropped strokes over the first 9, picked those up again, had several more chances which he failed to take, but now at the 18th he's dragged his second shot just left of the green. He's 8 under par, 3 strokes behind the leaders. Oh, played it nicely, played it magnificently. Well, he's almost certain to finish 8 under. But before he taps in, his partner today, Neil Coles. Par 4, which he gets, but that's a round of 74. He finishes 6 under for the tournament, which in fact will give him 7th place, equal with that other British hope, Peter Oosterhuis. And that's a round of 72. Perhaps not quite as good a score as many of his fellow professionals thought he would do today, but 8 under par, 280, quite a target.
And who's to say that he still has not some chance of winning? 4 men are still out on the links. Playing the 17th, Johnny Miller, now 9 under par, and Tom Watson, 8 under, the same as Nicholas.
Tom Watson's second shot, 17th. 3 wood. It's a long way, big carry over those bunkers that are waiting. Pin tucked away a bit today. But he's just getting that little bit of good fortune that you need. See it coming down onto the green, and he's got a chance for a 3.
And behind Watson and Miller at the 16th, Jack Newton, the leader, now 11 under par. And Bobby Cole, 10 under. All now in the clutch of Carnoustie's finish. This 16th, a really proud par 3, then the 17th. 454 yards, par 4, the island hole. Because you have to drive onto this sort of island between the bends of the bun. And if you drive too far, or too far this way, well, you're in the bun. And finally, the 18th, with the bun all down the left and then crossing the fairway short of the green.
And already these 16th and 17th holes taking their toll of the leading players. This is Miller with an iron, a bit ambitious here at the 17th, but it'll need a mighty big hit.
Come on, come far enough, come in. Come on, come on. No, it's short. Really hit that small.
Behind him at the 16th, Newton and Bobby Cole, both in a spot of trouble. This is Bobby Cole, his second shot. He missed the green to the right, got tied up with the scaffolding, had to drop the ball, not a very good lie. So he's working hard to salvage a par 3. Well, a pretty good effort, but there you see it, 15, 16 feet away. Both players bogeyed the 15th, so the pressure's really mounting on these two. This is Newton's putt. He was in the bunker off the tee. He's got a long, long putt to try and save his par. So it looks certain a 1 over par 4 for the leader, Jack Newton from Australia. Now can Bobby Cole get his par 3 and tie again for the lead with Jack Newton. So that's 2 strokes dropped on consecutive holes by both Cole and Newton. The others get their par 4s at the 17th. That's the position as Miller and Watson come to the final 72nd hole. Watson's already driven. Now Johnny Miller looking very good at this moment. A mighty blow, but it's going towards the trap on the right, and it catches the edge, rather unlucky, swings into the sand. This young man, Tom Watson, 8 under. Miller, 9 under. Couple behind, dropping strokes along the way. Now, what can he do? It's not such a long shot to the green, about 160 yards. Well, he's taking a 6 iron. Oh, no, it hit the top. Oh, tragedy. Tragedy for Miller. He was really not holding back on anything. He was having a go at it. He was 9 under par a moment ago, but he's going again with the same club. Oh, that's a better one. He's got it out. Well, in fact, it's not on the green. He pulled it round to the left. In fact, he's very close to where Jack Nicklaus was a few minutes ago on the left-hand side of the green. Now, what a chance for young Watson. Watson 8 under, and that's a smooth swing. Well, I wonder what thoughts are going through Johnny Miller's mind at this moment. He's a little bit nearer to the crowd than Jack Nicklaus and a more difficult shot. Now Miller has to decide whether to bumble it all along the ground or try and pitch it softly on top of the hill. Got the lofted club, looks like the pitch to the top of the hill. Oh, master shot. Look at that, stone dead, but that's going to be a 5. And he knows how costly that could be. So 1 over par 5 for Johnny Miller. Finishes 8 under, tie with Jack Nicklaus. Now, young Watson. This for a birdie 3. Well, I must say, if he could hold this, could really put the cat among the pigeons. 8 under at the moment, this to go 9 under. And it's there. 9 under, 279 for young Watson. So he beats Miller and Nicklaus, and only 2 people remaining out on the course now. Bobby Cole from South Africa and Jack Newton from Australia, 10 under, and he's taking an iron into the wind at the 17th. He's got to mind the stream, the burn that goes up the side, and that... Oh, dear me, that could be disaster for Jack Newton. He's into the wind, and I don't think he's taken enough club from the tee. Now, Bobby Cole, we don't know yet whether Newton is in the water or not. Oh, and it catches the side of the bank, or did it actually hit that little stake? Could have so easily gone into the water. And then look where Newton's finished. Well, they say you've got to have lucky breaks to win championships, and I would say that's probably the luckiest break Jack Newton's had today. He's got some sort of shot at it. He can propel it forward up the fairway.
He must have had a bad lie.
It looks as if he hit about a 6 or a 7 iron. He's had a disastrous run the last few holes.
Oh, Bobby's one of the best hitters going.
He can get home from
Oh,
there.
easy, easy.
They seem to be very happy with his stance.
Got to hit this like an aeroplane taking off. Drive it forward and let the ball climb in the air. So easy to hit the bank in front.
Oh, look at the mess he's made. Screaming across here.
That heel was sitting on the ground like this, you know?
He must have had a very bad stance.
So Cole and Newton struggling. This is Newton's 3rd shot. He's 10 under par. Watson leading in the clubhouse, 9 under.
Oh, That's straight anyway.
Little forearm punch.
Not much, is it?
No.
Yes!
And that's a good shot. Gives him a chance of perhaps salvaging a par 4. Now Bobby Cole. Awkward shot again. Got a difficult line into the flag. He's got to come over the corner onto the downslope. Oh, and he's done it to perfection. Now, what wouldn't he give for just one more good putt? He's held plenty this week. You can almost feel the pain of it. So Newton drops his 3rd consecutive stroke to par. He's now back to 9 under. This must go in also to really keep him in with a chance of winning this championship.
Hurry, come on.
No, 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 no. And Cole also drops his 3rd consecutive stroke to par. Disaster. And so the final drama begins to unfold. The 18th hole, the 72nd. Jack Newton, 9 under par. Tom Watson in the clubhouse, 9 under par. As Newton drives down this dreaded 18th, he needs a 4 to tie. This man, Bobby Cole, needs a 3, a birdie 3. Both drives pretty good. It scuttles away down the fairway. And part of the great crowds here scuttle along the fairway also. At this moment, over 76,000 people have watched this championship. That despite rumours of an Aberdeen gate, and if you don't know what that means, the true saying is you get in for nothing. Now, Newton just in the light rough down the left-hand side of the fairway, in perfect position for a line into the green, playing a 9-iron, 4 to tie, 3 to win. Punches it forward. Oh, it's a good one, right into the heart of the green. Gives him an outside chance of a birdie 3. Now Cole, he needs a 3 to tie with Watson. Also with a 9-iron. Very slight figure, but hits the ball tremendous distances. Well, that's nearer than Jack's. And he doesn't seem all that pleased with it. Makes his way into this great arena. Now Newton. This putt to win the British Open Golf Championship. What a great moment it must be in anyone's life. Oh no. And that's still 2.5 feet away, and oh, hopefully we're not going to see a Doug Sanders type disaster from Jack Newton on this final hole. So that's given hope now back to Bobby Cole. He has a putt now. If he can hold it, he'll certainly tie with Watson. Oh, a good putt, but it didn't turn. Not his day, not his week, not his championship. .76 today, a total of 280, ties with Jack Nicklaus and Johnny Miller. That's good, but not good enough. Now Jack Newton with this horrid putt to tie with Tom Watson. If he holds it, they play off tomorrow. Yes, well done, Jack. Great effort, round in 74. But he'll be dwelling on what might have been also. Been the end of a great and exciting fourth day. Newton's score going up on the right there, 2.79. Both players 9 under par, playing off for the 1975 British Open Championship.
And tying for first place on a score of 2.79, Tom Watson and Jack Newton.
2 men left out of 150. Jack Nicklaus, Johnny Miller, and Bobby Cole, equal thug. Newton and Watson survive to fight another day. Tomorrow.
Sunday, the 13th of July, 1975.
Okay, thank you very much. Jack Newton of Australia and Tom Watson of America. Jack Newton, play away, please. Tom Watson, play away, please.
The championship's character has changed overnight. Where there were armies of spectators regimented in packed stands, now a vast mobile horde, 7,000 strong, keeps pace with the 2 survivors. Newton, Australian, 25, casually, shamblingly flamboyant. And Watson, American, also 25, with the air of a college boy. And a reputation in major events for being the promising loser, not the stout-hearted winner.
The second hole. Tom Watson about to hit a 4-iron. Jack Newton second, already hooked left of the green. Watson from an awkward angle, got to come across that corner. There he is, just on the edge of the fairway. He's going to need a good solid hit. It's on line. Is it far enough? Oh, and what a lovely bounce. And what a great start. Look at that. Down to within 3.5, 4 feet at the very, very most. And Newton, 30 yards from the flag. Got an awkward chip down the bank. A lot of green to work with. Well, he's lucky. Just stopped by spectators. Oh, he's played it well. Played it very, very, very well indeed. So I don't think he'll drop a stroke to par here. No, 4 for Newton. And now Tom Watson from much nearer than I first thought. 18, 20 inches. 33, takes the lead. Off they go to the third. There's a view behind the green, and Jack Newton perilously near the trees. It could so easily have gone in there. Punches it out, making a bit of a nervous start. And another chance for Watson. Watson also from the rough, but the long, dry summer has taken its toll of the rough. It's no more than flimsy grass. Lofted iron. Well, he's on the green, but cricket pitch length from the hole, all of 22, 23 yards. Watson to play first, although he's on the green. Hands high. Absolutely stone dead. Now, awkward little bunker shot. They played it pretty well. He's 8 feet past. Must hold this for his par 4. So Newton takes a 1 over par 5. Watson 2 ahead.
The day's events can be described as a drama in 4 acts, 2 scenes to each except the last. Or better perhaps, a professional fight, punch and counterpunch. The first phase, the first act, is over. The next begins at hole 5 and will continue at hole 6. This is the 5th.
So more high drama, with Watson driving into the bunker, finding a miserable place, can only just get it up the fairway. Newton missed a golden opportunity, pushed his second right of the green. This is Watson's 3rd shot. He's 2 ahead, remember. That's desperately unlucky. So, what a situation. Jack Newton, wide of the green, but has a lot of space to work with. Newton 2, lying well. Watson 3 in the sand. Well, that looks a certain 4. Now you might get both strokes back here in one hole. Watson some 4 or 5 feet below the level of the hole. Very well played indeed. Now, can he get a 1 over par 5? Yes, he's held many of those this week. But he loses 1 of his 2-shot lead as they go across to the 6th hole. This usually monster-length hole, wind behind today, and Newton from the middle of the umps and ollers has a chance of reaching the green with an iron. No, he's dragged it left. Goes over the green, will it hold? No, finds the bunker, the back of the green. Tom Watson.
Fade a little bit.
And he's pulled that off the left side, just ends up between the green and the next tee. Well, there's nothing in the way. Chance to play the old-fashioned Scottish run-up, which he does, but a little too firmly. A bit clumsy, sir. Now Newton with a very awkward bunker shot. Well, Newton really getting back into this game now. That was a fine shot. Now Watson, 1 shot ahead. Firm wrists. Forward press. So that's par 5 and a 4 for Newton. Match all square.
We may consider the sweep of the next 7 holes an intermission. It is not so for the principals. In successive holes, Newton leads, then Watson levels. Nonetheless, they're still all square as they come to the 14th and to the rain.
Second shot's driving over the dreaded spectacles, those two huge bunkers sitting up on the hill. Well, it was a good hit, but just short of the green. Now Tom Watson also needs a big shot to reach this very formidable hole. Will he make it? No, just hopped over the bunker, just stopped in that light rough. Bit miserable now. Awkward little chip for Newton. Over the bunk. Oh, what a delightful shot. Cast iron 4. Have at thee, Mr. Watson. And back at thee, Mr. Newton. So would you believe that? Young Tom chips in for an eagle 3 to go 1 ahead. And that's the position as we see them at the 16th. Both having played their tee shots, both having missed the green. That's Jack Newton's ball. And on the other side of the green, towards the 17th fairway, Tom Watson. Oh, that's a bit fierce. Here's a chance for Newton to draw level. Really, it was a great shot from there, all of 20 yards. 2 or 3 inches away. That's a very good par 3 for Jack Newton. And now a very important putt for Tom Watson. This to stay 1 ahead. This for a par 3. So Newton draws level with just 2 holes to play.
There remains the final act. All square at the 17th. So it is set in the 448 yards of the final hole. And no guarantee that the score will be settled even here.
Well, if you were going to have a playoff, you couldn't write a better one than this. They're playing their 90th hole and not a stroke between them. They're both safely on the fairway with their tee shots. Different cup of tea today, though, into the wind. Oh, and he's caught the bunker. Caught the bunker. Who knows what would have happened if he'd had 1 more club. Now Watson. This is when one has to keep a cool head. Safely on the green, but still a long way away. Newton not out of it yet. Newton in the bunker, Watson on the green. And it's interesting to reflect as the crowd applauds that before this championship started, the odds were 33 to 1 against Newton, 40 to 1 against Tom Watson. Well, he's a pretty good 40 to 1 shot, I must say. But now Newton. Not lying too badly. Needs to bite. It bit too late. Sand rather wet and heavy with the rain that's been falling. Now Watson must run this up stone dead. Leave the other man to struggle to hold his for a half. Oh, look at that for judgment. Isn't that absolutely marvellous putt from young Tom? 12 or 14 inches away. Interesting to see whether he'll mark or putt. And he decides to putt. Be first, the old boxing adage. And Watson's in for a fine round of 71. Now, Jack Newton has it all to do. Newton with a putt that would tie them again. And if that happens, it's into sudden death. No, it didn't go, and that's that. The 1975 Open champion is Tom Watson.
Two men from 150. And after 5 days, 1 inch between a running ball and the 90th hole has perhaps decided their futures. The opportunity may come but once. One man has failed by a few blades of grass, with £6,000 as consolation. The other, Tom Watson, wins £7,500, becomes hot commercial property, and with time mellowing all climatic detail, can say forever after, I did what Armour, Cotton, Hogan and Blair did. I won the British Open at Carnoustie.